Hey friends, it's Shereé, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my IndieStitch sewing subscription box for the month of August. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning person, thank you so much for your continued support. All right, let's get into it. If you don't already know about IndieStitch, IndieStitch is a monthly sewing subscription service where you receive a kit every month, and in that kit there's a garment pattern, all the materials that you need to create that pattern, as well as some additional sewing goodies. I have really enjoyed receiving this box and I can't wait to share what's inside this month's box with you. Before I open this box up and show you all the amazing goodies that are in here, I do want to insert a little clip, and on this clip I'm going to be sharing with you the IndieStitch Sewing Hub. This hub on their website is only for members, those that are subscribed, and on this link you're able to access some members only materials that will help you to complete the items in your box. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the website. We'll also hear a little bit about the pattern that's included, as well as the fabric options that were available for this month's box. One of the wonderful things about IndieStitch is that they have a wonderful membership hub on their website. This membership hub will allow you to access all the information that you need to know about your subscription. When you scroll down on this main page, you will see that you have access to subscriber exclusive discounts. And at the very bottom, it tells you what the pattern is for the upcoming month. This month's pattern is the Seychelles Itch to Stitch top. Now, when we click on this particular pattern, it takes us to a new page. And on this page, it welcomes us and it gives us a bit of information about the pattern. It also lets us know that there is a Facebook group where you can join sew-alongs and members can share progress photos, ask questions, and share their finished projects. On the right-hand side, you see that there is a fabric selection. If we click on that, it takes us to a YouTube video where Amber at IndieStitch shares information about the fabrics that could be selected for this particular box.
Hello IndieStitch friends, my name is Amber and I am here with you today with our fabric selection survey for our next box of IndieStitch. We are featuring the Seychelles top from its Itch to Stitch. It is a woven top pattern that features cup sizing and no closures, so no zippers or buttons. So let's get on to the fabric. First off, I have this golden fabric here. This is a shirting fabric. It's 100% cotton, and it'll give you a little more of a structured top, and it will end up looking a lot like the one that's the featured picture for the Seychelles top. So you have this gold, and then next we have this Polyester Poplin. It is a black and white vertical stripe with, and there's a little flaw on this part. This is just a remnant. Yours won't have that flaw. But it features some embroidery flowers on it, and it is a very unique fabric, and I like it a lot. So it is embroidery, so it is on the back too. And then for our other print, we have a 100% cotton top weight fabric here. I believe it's a cotton lawn, and it has pink with brown and orange little design on it. And then last, if I can find it, we have a rayon challis. This is a rust color or merlot, just kind of a darker, very rich red. If you enjoyed working with the rayon from last month's box, this would be a good fit for you. It's got more of a drape, so you'll have a less structured top than you would with the other three fabrics here. So these are our fabrics, and I hope that you find something that you love, and we will start sending out boxes next week. Thanks, bye.
It's really cool to be able to see the different fabrics and see how they drape before you actually make your selection. So I truly appreciate that she includes this short video showing the fabric choices. The next thing you can do is click on Next Lesson. And on Next Lesson, it has lots of fitting resources. So you can learn how to make all the fittings appropriate for your top. You can learn how to do a shoulder adjustment, narrow or wide shoulder adjustment, high round back adjustment, a bust adjustment, either a full bust or a small bust, and all of these wonderful tools will help you to make the most perfect Seychelles top. If you continue to click on the additional links and resources, you will be able to access a sew along, which hasn't been posted yet. However, it will be made available shortly. I hope you enjoyed that little tour of the website. Now let's get into the box. I've already taken the kit outside of the shipping box and it is beautiful. I'm going to give you a close-up of the package. Really beautifully decorated. It definitely feels like I'm receiving a treat when I get this box because the packaging is just so beautiful. When you open up the box, right on top there is an information flyer, and on this flyer it tells us about the featured designer on one side, and on the other side it gives us all the contents of the box. This month's designer is Kenneth Wong, and it is an itch to stitch pattern that's included in this box, and it's the Seychelles top. We already saw what the options were for fabric for this box, so I'm eager to see which fabric I actually received. Now, I opened it up and one of the first things I see here is Iron Clean. This right here is actually a really neat product. It has some really wonderful sheets that help you to clean your iron. And I don't know about you, but I tend to get a lot of icky stuff on my iron. My iron is shared between myself and my husband. It is not a professional iron, which is something I'd like to get in the future. But it definitely gets messed up. And occasionally when I sew my garments, especially if they're white or lace, I have accidentally gotten scuffs on my materials, and I hate when that happens. So it's nice to be able to have a tool that will actually clean my iron. I'm really excited to give this a try. The next thing in the box is interfacing. It's a lightweight interfacing. It looks like it's just enough for this particular project, and I love that it came with a little instruction sheet to go along with that interfacing. Under the interfacing, I have a really cool little bag here that has a highlighter, and this highlighter looks to have an eraser on the end, which is really great. I don't know if you're like me, but I don't like to cut into all of my patterns. I actually like to reuse them over and over again, so I will trace off my size. I find that it's extremely helpful if I have to alter my size of my pattern, if I'm grading between sizes, or if I'm doing a bust adjustment on my patterns. I do like to take a highlighter and highlight the size and the grading right on the pattern, and then I trace it with thin paper and a pencil. What's neat about this highlighter is that it has an eraser, which means if you trace out a size and you find that that particular size does not work for you, you can erase your original highlighted lines and you can make new lines and not have the previous lines peeking through. This is an amazing tool to have in your sewing room, and I'm really excited that it was in the box. The next thing that I see in the box is a magnet pin pal, and it also comes with some little pins, and this is really great for picking up all those pesky pins that might fall on the floor or all over your sewing table as you're sewing. So it's a really nifty tool to have. I actually have another one of these in my stash, and I find it incredibly useful. So I'm always happy to have anything that's going to make my sewing life much easier. So I'm glad this is in the box. The next thing in here is the thread, and it's going to give me a little sneak peek as to what type of fabric I received. This is the thread. It's a beautiful, like, burnt orange red color. And friends, if you're new to my channel, you don't know this, but if you are not new to my channel, you know that this is one of my favorite colors to wear. So I'm really thrilled about this, and this thread is actually Gutermann thread, which is really great thread. There's also a little envelope in this bag that has 2 sewing needles, which is really wonderful because if you break the first needle, you have another needle to work with, and I really appreciate that. Now it's time to take a peek at the fabric that I received in my box. First things first is it's wrapped in this beautiful tissue paper that I don't want to mess up. It has all these wonderful little vintage sewing machines and it says IndieStitch all over it. It's so pretty. And I received the rayon challis and I'm so pleased about it. Now on camera it might be coming off kind of red, but this is definitely like a burnt orange red, which is right up my alley. I love this color of fabric. It's going to look so good in my closet, so I cannot wait to sew with this fabric. Now rayon challis has a really wonderful drape to it, so I imagine that my top is going to be very lovely. Now, as I mentioned before, you do receive a pattern in the box that is printed, and I'll show you what the pattern looks like. This is the pattern. It's made on really thick, sturdy paper, and it's really lovely because you can either trace out, like I do, trace out your pattern pieces on a piece of paper and save this hard copy and not cut into it, or if you're a person that doesn't like to print and tape together your patterns or trace off your patterns and you know what size you are, you can just cut it out right here. So it's nice to have a printed copy of the actual pattern. In addition to the printed copy of the pattern, you have access to a digital copy of the pattern as well, and you have access to the pattern instructions that you can access right on their website. This is the Seychelles top, and it is a beautiful top. I do believe that I'll be making the long sleeve version. If you can see there are two different views. One is long sleeve and one is short sleeve, and this pattern has a really beautiful detail on the shoulder. So I think it's going to be a lovely addition to my closet, and I cannot wait to get started. One of the things that I love about this pattern is that it comes with cup sizes. So if you're a busty person like me, there is a chance that you may not have to do a full bust adjustment on your pattern. So I'm really thrilled to make this, especially in this gorgeous rayon challis. Well, that was everything that was in the kit. I'm so excited about the things that I received. This pattern is going to be gorgeous. And one of the things that I love about this pattern is that there are no buttons or zips. It's just a straightforward blouse, and I'm really excited to make this. And I really love the fabric choice that I received. All of the handy tools that came in the box will definitely be used. And I am just very thrilled with everything that came in this month's box. If you're interested in signing up with IndieStitch, I do encourage you to use my discount code, which is Shereé50. By using that discount code, you will receive 50% off your first box when you sign up for a 6 or 12-month subscription. I really appreciate you for sticking with me through this video. Please do give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful week. Bye.